talked about, I remember him talking about 14 or 15 quarts of milk a day.
Your family was?
My family was putting that away. That's when the milk bottles in the wintertime would, the things would pop, the cream on the top would freeze, and it would force the cap of the bottle out about that far out of the bottle.
Yeah.
And I remember but they shared their butchering with us, their gardens. My dad was big man on tomatoes, so he took care of them with tomatoes. And Mr. Mann he was a hard-working guy, and his son Gig wound up, I think, being a president of the council in the town there at one time. And yeah, I do remember them. And then they portioned up, put off at the end of their house, they turned into an apartment and they rented to a lady by the name of Swales, Mrs. Swales. She was a big old woman. Boy, she must have weighed 300 pounds at least. And she had a daughter that I knew, Mary, and I had a sort of a kid kind of a thing going with her. I call her, what was it, Sweary Males or something like that, on a name, play on the name. But she's married one of my classmates up in Clearfield High School, who was a state champion wrestler. I'm trying to remember his name, but in any event, well, I'm trying to think what the name was that I gave her, and she used to remind me she would come to our high school reunions because her husband was in my class, and Mary Swales, well, what was her? Mary Swales, Mary